watching live or recording. Um, I offer live commentary and analysis of the 24 hands I'm going to be playing against the members of the Hart House Bridge Club. Looks like this first round is against Ray and Sandy, who are, in fact, Alad's in-laws. So hopefully we can do ourselves proud here. Partner with a weak jump over call of the one club opening bid to two spades. He can have his fuse five for that fairly easily. He tends to do this with a bit of a wide range here, but I don't think I am going to bid on, even though I have three card trump support, just because of the lack of shape in the rest of the hand and the lack of features the rest of the hand. There's a good chance the opponents have a game, and anything I bid on will make it more likely that they'll land in any game. And I think any game is just as likely as any other to make looking at my hand. So this is one time where the less I bid, I think the more likely it is that they'll miss a game here. So I'm going to pass. And hopefully it'll just be two spades. We'll see. Yeah, three board rounds are a little friendlier than the six board rounds, just because six board rounds, if one of those boards goes long, you don't have a lot of time to catch up. Or I should say 6 minute boards in two board rounds. Here it's 18 minutes a round. Looks like they're finding their game. Not a lot we can do about that. If I go three spades, I'm sure Ray goes three no trump or doubles. A three is a fourth best spade. Looks like he is holding a five card suit. He doesn't have a very useful sequence, so he might have two of the top five, something like that. Here, just reviewing, I know Declare's got two spades, and those two spades include at least one of the middle honors, probably something like the king or the queen. No harm in playing the 10 of spades here, just in case Declare has something like king or queen 9. The 10's forcing the king. Ray would play king probably from king queen, but he might have ace king. So here, what I want to do is this is reverse Smith here. So I'm saying I don't have a high spade, and hopefully partner will interpret that to mean if you have the ace of spades, just play your ace rather than play a low one to me. Partner's carding has been 8 and jack. And that's the 10 of hearts, which is a discouraging heart card, encouraging spades, which I understand because I know he has one of the ace or queen of spades. On this club, I'm going to encourage hearts by throwing off my odd heart, and that says, partner, I like hearts. Alad's got a choice here. He started with 5 spades. He's thrown off one heart. He started with 2 clubs. Looks like he's throwing off a second heart. He might not have more than one more heart. If he does, in fact, have exactly one more heart, something like the jack, I think we're still well positioned to beat the contract if Alad has 4 more running spade tricks and, say, the ace of diamonds. If Alad does not have the ace of diamonds, then I need to... So that makes me think that Alad does not have the ace of diamonds. And the ace of hearts should win the last trick. And that's it for his side of the ball. We're getting the rest of the tricks, if Alad has the ace of spades like I think he does. Yeah, and he had the queen as well. So making 3 is not bad. The spade lead did cost a trick, so a more passive defense might have beat the contract. It's hard for him to find a more passive defense. Looking at the double dummy result, it's possible that Ray can recover anyway, but no, it looks like the spade lead ended up being fatal just because it led into Declarer's King. Had I raised to three spades, I think Ray would have been three no trump anyway. So I don't think we're keeping them out of that game. But with one club, one spade to me, I will bid my spade suit. I have a nice 5 card spade suit, which I'm happy to bid. I have a very strong hand. My second suit, diamonds, has been bid by Sandy, making it unlikely that we'll want to be playing in diamonds. If partner manages to find a spade raise here, I'm going to consider going 4, just because I know that with me having short clubs and partner having likely short diamonds, we're well positioned to do something like set up the diamond suit for tricks. Three clubs there. Just going to go 4 spades. I don't need a lot from partner to make this game, especially if race starts with the ace of hearts, which he might. We could see a 5 clubs sacrifice here, which I would double for penalty, just because I think it's going down with my high cards. All right. So 5 clubs it is. I think Ray was considering bidding 5 clubs there and decided not to, but Sandy went there. So Aled is on lead against the 5 clubs contract. I wonder what he'll choose. I think that he'll either lead our spades or he'll lead diamonds. Diamonds happens to be Dummy's first bid suit. So there's an argument to play this as a semi-Leitner double. But here we're just getting the spade. So here I need to decide how exactly I want to defend after I'm going to win my ace of spades, because I'm going to win my ace of spades. The question after that is, do I shift, say, to diamonds, go ace into diamond? Do I play a heart out through Aled, or do I defend as passively as possible and continue playing spades? The problem with playing a heart out is it might cost a trick if Aled has the jack of hearts and does not have the ace. And I need to be aware of that. And there's a good chance Ray does have that card. Ray has, on this auction, rebid clubs, showing probably 6 of them, maybe 5. And if he has what looks to be 1 diamond, we got 6-1, maybe 3 or 4 spades, something like 2 hearts, I don't want to take the chance of giving away a heart trick. On the other hand, there might just be a natural diamond loser. So there's got to be a good way to do this. What about ace and a diamond? Problem with ace and a diamond is Ray can maybe pitch a heart before anything else. Yeah, I'm not sure if this was right. So I encourage diamonds with my first spot. My second spot is standard present count, showing at that time a present odd number. I think Ray probably doesn't have the queen of clubs here, just because just because he took a moment to think after I showed out. So his next play is probably going to be roughing a spade and dummy. And after he does that, he might consider playing a diamond off of dummy or maybe run the queen of hearts. Looks like Ray started with a king of spades, which is a useful card for him to be holding. But he trumped it. Looks like he really wanted to take that heart finesse. Um, Makes sense for him to play the queen knowing I have the king, but he didn't quite know that I was out of hearts at that point. So here, um, I suppose he always had heart to the jack and the ace to drop my queen. But if Alad now has the 10 of hearts, which I think there's a good chance he does, then there's no pitch. So that could be a promising sign. There's the jack of clubs, there's the queen. Yeah, down one, tough. Had we been in four spades, we would lose a spade. Looks like a diamond and a couple hearts. So I think we're down one in spades. The double ended up being worth about a match point. Last hand of the round, so that's good. Four hearts ends up making east-west, so pushing them into five clubs was good. Was there a way for them to make? I think on our defense maybe, but not as it was. So here, Alad's opening one diamond, nebulous, and I have a one spade natural response here. It's forcing for one round. Uh, Depending on what Alad's response is, I have a number of different follow-ups, but I have a hand that's good enough to force the game. So I will do that, whatever he bids. Let's see what it is he's going to bid. So it's 1-0 Trump, showing a balanced 13 to 15. Artificial game force. I think. Yeah. He could have four hearts. If he had four hearts, I think he would bid two hearts here. There are some shapes where he bids two spades. And two spades actually shows some unusual shapes. So the unusual shapes he could have are basically the sort of unbalanced-ish responses to 1-0 Trump. So that could be four, five diamonds, four spades, 2-2, five clubs, four spades, 2-2, or I should say hearts. So yeah, he has five hearts. He has four hearts, five of them minor, and 2-2 or 3-1 in the other suits. So I think he probably has five diamonds, four hearts, and some 2-2 or 3-1 in the other two suits. So I'm going to bid 2-0 Trump, asking for his specific shape here. And then he has four possible shapes, and he'll explain which of those it is. So the first two bids he has show clubs. Obviously, he doesn't have that. So this is numerically, I think, the first one. So he's 2-2 in the black suits with five diamonds and four hearts. So I think 3-0 Trump's going to be the right spot here without a 5-3 spade fit. Unfortunately, Alad, having bid 1-0 Trump, has now just described his exact shape. So 3-0 Trump's not exactly where you want to be playing, but I have enough running tricks that it should be okay. And as I explained, that is in fact his shape. Here, we don't quite have enough strength for slam, but 3-0 Trump is the right spot. It's definitely better played by Alad if you just look at his ace queen and his ace jack. It's also likely to take a bunch of over tricks. And Alad's a good declarer, and I think he'll get those over tricks. With 3 minutes left in the round, he'll probably play pretty quickly. I expect him to start on clubs immediately. The only challenge with this hand is the entries. So at this point, there's a stiff ace of spades in his hand, a stiff ace of hearts in dummy, and only one entry in the clubs and one entry in the diamonds. So if Alad wants to take his tricks, he has to unblock some of these winners. Assuming clubs split no worse than 4-2, he has 4 club tricks coming, 3 spades, 2 hearts, that's 9, 10 is the ace of diamonds. So having lost the ace of clubs, there's, assuming there aren't terrible breaks, a battle for 2 more tricks. If the spade lead was from a 4th best spade, then the spades probably aren't running. So the diamond finesse is one possible avenue to get extra tricks. I expect Alad to play a spade to his ace and then clubs back to dummy and run the clubs. So it looks like with the entries intact at this point, he's taking a finesse in diamonds right away. So this is bad if Sandy knows to return a club. I think he's counting on Sandy not returning a club at this point. Here's the king of diamonds. That king of diamonds is the kind of card you'd play if you hold king jack doubleton. So Alad should be playing Ray for that. Now, if Sandy, as I expect, holds long diamonds and long spades, he can squeeze Sandy in those 2 suits. And I think that's his plan here. So he's going to cash the king of hearts, throwing a spade, cross to dummy in the clubs, hoping clubs are no worse than 4-2. And then Sandy will be squeezed in diamonds and spades. So Alad just has to make sure that he's counting the pointed suits. Sandy clearly under pressure here. I think Ray followed on the first 2 spades, but Sandy can't afford to throw a spade, can't afford to throw 2 diamonds. But it looks like this might be the squeeze card here. I'm not sure. So there's 1 diamond down. The king of spades here. Alad should throw off that heart. And then Sandy is... the 9 of spades is good at this point because Sandy only started with 3 spades, I think. Yeah, with spades 3-3, that was already done. But had Sandy had a 4th spade, she still would have been in trouble, assuming she was also protecting diamonds at that point. So on to the next round. So I have 14-16. I'm opening 1-no trump. Quickly looking back there, taking 12 tricks is a top board. Alad did very well to get that, and that's due to the spade lead. While I wouldn't have let a spade on that auction, there's no question that Sandy had a difficult lead choice and ended up choosing wrong. I think 3-no trump's going to be a common contract. Oh, looks like some experts bid up to 6 spades here. 6 spades I would not describe as an excellent contract, but I mean, you can make it if your opponents throw away a trick. So that's a transfer here. I'm just going to bid 2 spades. Of course, I got the shape right on that one, Alad. Come on. You know better than to think I got it wrong. Three spades is invitational, and I have a tough choice here. With the double of 2 hearts, I need to decide what that double means and if that helps or hurts my hand. So I think that probably the safest thing to do is to pass here with 15, because 15 opposite 9, most people are not going to be in game. And I want to be where the field is and let my card play end up winning me match points here, rather than take a risk and going to 4 spades and then being unavoidably down. So Alad's got a good 8 count. Here, I'm happy we're in 3. Queen of Hearts led. Looks to be from a doubleton, but that doesn't matter to me because I have short hearts over there. Let's play some bridge. So what's my plan here? I want to be able to lead up to diamonds in my hand before I'm out of the ace of clubs or my club stoppers. As for the spade suit, I think the best way to play the spades is spade to the ace, and then, um, well, there's a possibility of an uppercut in the majors if East has queen small of spades and West has 10 third. So that could happen if I go diamond to the king, ace of diamonds, high heart, rough through. I don't think that's going to happen, frankly. East is the favorite to hold or to hold longer spades, so I don't mind East roughing. So here, it's not another heart, it's a club. What does that tell me? Can I afford, first of all, to take this club finesse? Um, I could always win my ace and lead up to the queen later. That might be the safer choice. That wins against a few holdings that like a singleton club. But even if there is a singleton club there, it's not like I'm getting that trick back. I think I will finesse. So the finesse loses, but if it's a club back, it'll probably end up costing East a natural club trick. East might not also play a club back. We might see a spade or probably a diamond at this point, if not a club. But there's the eight of clubs. So I think that uh, West is going to show out of clubs here. And there's the queen of spades. So I would have probably taken another spade finesse later, and I would have lost a trick to that queen of spades. So I don't actually mind what happened in the spade suit. Here, I've seen three spades already, so I'll go king of spades, jack of spades, cross to my ace of clubs, play the queen of diamonds, discarding the 10 of clubs, and I have the rest of the tricks. So three spades was a little lower pressure than four spades would have been. I can see some people bidding and making four spades, but they need to get a little lucky and they need to get some friendly defense. If you look at the double dummy on this hand, I think it's probably making four, just because you drop the queen. Another 14 to 16 no trump. Nice and easy. Here I have a minimum, but we might swing the board just because I'm opening a 14-point no trump. Looks like Alad is going to probably transfer to spades again. Be my bet. So that's not a transfer to spades. In fact, that's a bid that is a range ask slash club suit. So here, to no trump is the conventional response with a minimum. Here, with only 14, I'm happy to bid to no trump. And while I have a lot of controls, aces and kings that is, for playing in no trump, that's not actually that strong a holding compared to a hand with a lot of queens and jacks and tens. There's no length to count on, and there's also not as many intermediates as you'd like. So two no trump might be tricky. Depends on the defense. Depends on what partner has. Looks like partner's got a nice little 9 count. We've got a nice 8-card diamond fit. The problem is that we're a little wide open in clubs. There's an entry problem in the spades. How are we going to sort this out? So with 6 top tricks, we actually only need 2 more. In theory, we could get one from 3-3 clubs, but by far the best chance is to play on diamonds. And I think the best way to play diamonds is to run the 10 and then run the 8. And that should make it unlikely for us to lose more than 2 diamonds. So I'm going to start with, I don't think I want to hold up around here, or do I? Probably best to hold up around just in case it affects the opponent's entries. I want them wasting their entries on the hearts and not knocking out my ace of clubs too soon. So here comes the 10 of diamonds. Let's see if we get covered. I think I want to see a cover here, but we're not getting one. Okay. I expect the ace to show up here. That's the ace. It might have been better to hold on to that 8 of diamonds, just in case there's the stiff jack there. But the way I've played the diamond suit, I can pick up the rest of the diamond suit once I get back to my hand. So there's one more heart to cash. I'll throw off my club loser. I want to see a spade here because that unblocks the suit. I don't want to see a club because that hurts my entries. So here with the king of clubs, I have to win over here. And then I think the best way to do this is some kind of, I don't know if there's a squeeze here, but I'll see if there is. Play the 9 and then the king. Keep the 7 for later. There definitely haven't been enough high clubs thrown for me to count on winning the 8 of clubs. So I'm going to overtake my queen of spades, and then hopefully my 9 of spades is good. I think it is. Yeah. So both opponents, because they were both guarding clubs, could have prevented me from winning that 9 of spades in the end. But had West been the sole guardian of clubs, I would have been able to pull off a squeeze legitimately, rather than just taking this extra over trick. So 2 boards in, we're off to a pretty good start. A couple of part scores making. This one with an over trick. I don't think most people are going to be in game with 14 high opposite 9 high. So what do we have? 1 heart double. And I have a sort of a mixed raise to 3 hearts. But I don't know if we have a mixed raise agreement in this situation. So I'm just going to bid a preemptive 3 hearts. Which is fine because partner, we play precision and he can't have more than 15 points, making it very unlikely that my probably below average 8 count will lead to a game. Now he's thinking. Unfortunately, he decided to go on. As it happens, I'm at the top of my preemptive range, so that's lucky. But if he's re-preempting with his weak hand, we could be in trouble. So I understand his bid now. He's got a lot of shape. So it makes sense for him to make the call he did. I expect that the queen of clubs will win this trick. I think the 5 of clubs is probably from a suit headed by the king. West bidding, of course, shows extra strength. Hearts are probably 2-1, in which case we won't have a heart loser. We'll have to lose the king of spades, assuming West has it, along with a high diamond. So we're probably making 5 here because there's enough hearts in dummy to rough whatever spade losers end up showing up. Let's take a quick glance back at the Traveler on these boards. So 140 ended up being a very good score, just because there were people who took fewer tricks in spades, decided to play in no trump. There were people who did better than us. The people in 3 no trump ended up beating us. They must have dropped the queen of spades. We also lost to a couple people who ended up competing real high with the east-west cards, though I don't know. I guess 2 diamonds, pass, ended up being a good board for north-south there. On this last one, we have more people coming in with scores. The people who bid 3 no trump are happy. The people who stayed short of 3 no trump are a little less happy. But if you only took 7 tricks, then you're probably unhappy. Looking at the double dummy result, it should be held to 2. So I'm glad that I stopped short. So the queen of clubs I expected did hold the trick. Here comes a heart to the jack and ace and the low heart. We are going, so interestingly, East decided smartly to interpose with the Jack of Hearts. That prevents Alad from being clever and hooking. However, it means that there's a heart loser coming, a diamond loser coming, and probably a spade loser coming. So Alad needs to think about how he wants to play this. Um, with West having a heart void and not a lot of strength between our two hands, there's no guarantee that West actually has the king of spades. The spade finesse might work, though West is a favorite to be holding four spades, so not just more points, but also more cards in spades. Uh, if it was a guarantee that West had the king of spades, Alad could try something sneaky like leading the jack from his hand to see what would work. But as you can see, the spade finesse did not work. Notably, um, the club lead, though it looks like it costed a trick, probably doesn't end up costing a trick in the end, just because Alad can afford to play up to his queen of spades and dummy, and thus, assuming spades are 4-3, discard his clubs from dummy, and then avoid the club loser that way. Looks like West started with 6 clubs. Yeah, it's a lot of clubs. And I think this spade might be good. If it is, and I think Alad knows it's good, he's going to throw off a diamond and then duck a heart, hoping that, okay, well, it's good. Either way, he has to hope for an over trick that East doesn't play diamonds, but of course, East at this point can only play diamonds. So, four making is very good. Alad was lucky that I had the strength that I did. I need to talk about if we have an agreement about what a mixed raise would be with my hand, because my hand's about a normal mixed raise hand. I was a little heavy for the preempt, but it would have been too light to be any kind of actual invitation. I'm sure other people are in 4 hearts here. 3 hearts was the contract at another table. Yeah, just looking at the traveler here, there is a way to beat the contract, but you have to be very sneaky and underlead your ace of diamonds to partner's king so that partner can switch to clubs, attacking the suit before the spades can be set up to discard the clubs from dummy. Nobody's going to find that defense. It's tricky to find even if you can see all 4 hands. Yeah, I think we do also play Jordan there, or Tuno Trump is some kind of invitation, right? Something like that. Well, I thought no game, and technically there's no game as long as West leads the beer card at trick one to partners King Queen. So some more result to trickle in from board 5. 150 is solidly above average board. Lots of people take fewer tricks and no trumps. So again, if you're not sure if you're taking 8 or 9 tricks, in a field where you're a better card player than your opponents, it's sometimes safer to just underbid a little bit or bid or stay out of those 50% games and then just win your match points on the over tricks. Stay with the field. And Alad also playing with a field there, going to 4 hearts. As you can see, he made the right call. It looks like 4 out of the 5 tables went to 4 hearts, 10 trumps white on red. So it was a good call by him. Even if 4 hearts is down, he has a lot of company there. And playing at match points, if you think you're stronger than the field, you want to make as few anti-field decisions as possible. With the exception of opening weak no trumps, which are excellent disruptive bids that do a ton of damage. So When we actually get to our weak no trumps and not our 14 to 16 no trumps that you've seen, I think, 3 times already today, you'll see the kind of damage they'll do on the opponents. Oh, so we are 6 boards in, and we're off to a very good start. Looks like that first board didn't end up being that good. Some people are down in 3 no trump. I think for some reason this person ended up going down in 3 no trump with 9 top tricks. I guess they were going for overs. This table, probably the same thing. The same thing. And here, 3 no trump got wrong sided, where frankly, if South ends up bidding spades at all, it should be down. On board 4, Alid bid okay. So yeah, so he actually had a hand with 5 and a transfer. So we have specific agreements for that. So 2 rounds in, this ended up being an average board, unfortunately. A lot of people, no, it's an above average board. That's still slow in scoring. Okay, so third seat, I have a 5-card major, 11 points. This is an opening bid, whether you play precision or not. So a solid round. We're up to 64%. It's a good place. Certainly better than Tuesday, where we were, I think, below 50% after 2 rounds, and we didn't end up doing much better overall. We finished with a 52% game, which is our worst online game since the world got locked down. I wonder what Alad will bid. If he bids 2 spades, that's not forcing, so I would probably pass it. If he bids 2 hearts, I'm passing. If he bids 2 diamonds, I'm passing. Looks like it's 4 hearts, so he's not playing me for more than this. He must have a really strong fit for my bid. I'm guessing club shortness, at most one club, at least 5 hearts, and possibly a solid or a nice outside, probably diamond suit, on which I can say throw some spades. East is thinking. East probably has points here. I know Alad's limited to 10 points. I've got 11. West is passing a couple times. 5 clubs here is probably going to get, well, Alad is, we're not in a force here. Can I afford to double? I don't know how many defensive tricks we have. If Alad's bidding 4 hearts, it's possible we're beating 5 clubs. But he'd need a trick somewhere. Where would that trick have to come from? I have the ace of diamonds, which is useful, but I think honestly there's no heart losers. I'm passing, and I'm passing because I don't think we have the strength to guarantee a defeat of 5 clubs. Let's just see if this ends up going down. Dummy hits with ace jack small of clubs, which is quite the dummy, but the rest of it is bad. As I expected, East is void in hearts. Now, I have 3 clubs. Dummy has 3 clubs. East is bidding 5 clubs independently. Alad should not have any clubs at this point. That makes Alad likely to be holding 4-4 in diamonds and spades. That 6 of diamonds is discouraging. If Alad has 5 diamonds, then Declarer has 2. If he has 4 diamonds, Declarer has 3. Either way, I'm going to start with the 2 of clubs to show, playing my clubs up the line, that I have suit preference for the lower ranking outside suit, which is diamonds. Here, I don't think East has a singleton king of diamonds, but with Alad discarding diamonds, I am a little bit worried about some of the possible situations happening in the diamond suit. So why would West immediately play a diamond? If East is starting with 3 diamonds to the king, then Alad wouldn't throw away a diamond from Jack fourth. I'm going to go up with my ace here because I think something is up. So having seen this so far, I have nothing to do except play a spade. Which spade do I want to play? I think with 2, 7, 0, 4, um, the low spade passively seems fine. This is an attitude card, so I hope partner doesn't think I have the ace or something. But he clearly has a high spade, and I don't think East will have enough pitches to handle the won't have enough pitches to handle all the spade losers. So King Jack Doubleton, yes. So no harm in playing the ace of diamonds there. I know that it's exactly a doubleton because Alad definitely would not have discarded a diamond from 10 fourth. He would have needed 5 to the 10. So if he has 5 diamonds, void in clubs, 5 hearts, he's got 3 spades. So here it just comes down to whether or not Alad has the king of spades or the queen of spades, and he could have either. But East doesn't seem to have an entry to the diamonds. So if East ends up playing a queen from hand, Alad will know to play the king. If East plays a different card, I'll know to win my jack. So Alad should be playing me for the jack at this point, but the 10 is fine. Um, I think I can afford to let Alad win the trick and play on hearts. Alad should also be holding the king of spades at this point, but I think East has one more club. Do I regret not doubling? Well, a little bit, but I just can't afford to double with only one defensive trick on the horizon. Had I doubled, it would have been worth a couple match points there because there's a few 200s on the table there, but it's not as impactful as five hearts making or down. That decision is not one that I was prepared to make with my holding. So that's an above average board. In terms of time, we're a little behind. That's okay. So this is 10 to 12. Weak no trump, second seat, non-vulnerable, and this has great preemptive and preventive value. The opponents are likely to make mistakes opposite a weak no trump. And we have agreements. So hopefully we'll remember our agreements. Two hearts is to play, so I am passing two hearts. We'll see if they compete over two hearts. His two heart range is wide because he could have 0 points or he could have up to 12 points and 5 hearts. So I'm hoping that he has a hand that is makeable. Welcome to the stream, Casper. We're off to a better game than we were on Tuesday. On this last hand, I guess I missed a double, not that I can really see it, but we're having a solidly above average game. We're playing decently well. We're getting to our contracts mostly, and we're playing half decent defense. So this two hearts contract off 2 diamonds off the top may or may not make. Why is there a number underneath they? That's a very good question. Sometimes we don't get 20 plus scores in a row. Sometimes we do end up giving up minus scores from every now and then. We had a club game, I think it was over a year ago now, but at the Hart House Bridge Club, our first 20 boards were plus scores. And then board 21 ended up being a minus score. And then the very last board of the night was a slam bid and made by the opponents that nobody else in the field bid. That was a 72% game, something like that. But yeah, I'd never seen anything like 20 plus scores in a row. So after 2 top diamonds, Alad needs to be counting points. Here he knows that you can't pass with 12. Um, and here, now that he sees West with the ace king of diamonds and now the king of spades, East should be holding the king of clubs. So I don't think Alad's going to even bother leading a club to the queen. He might try a club to the 10 at some point. Uh, but East is also a strong favorite to be holding the queen of hearts. So I don't think Alad's going to go ace king of hearts. He will probably cross to dummy with a club. He might play the 10 here. And then play ace of clubs. So this 10 will probably lose to the jack, but it might lose to the king. We'll see. East is thinking about something. So this is confusing just because West shown up with the ace king of diamonds. The play in the spade suit implies that West has the king of spades, and the play in the club suit implies that West has the king jack of clubs. That's 14 points, and West passed in first seed. So I think East is ducking with something. Either that or they're miscounting points. Here, Alad will need to decide how he wants to play the hearts. I don't think he's going to risk anything but a heart play at this point, and he'll see if the queen of hearts shows up. It does. Okay. So now that he's avoided a heart loser, he wants to try to take 11 tricks rather than 10. And the question is, how do you do that? So Alad's playing for the squeeze as usual. So it's going to be a spade to the ace. He's going to rough a diamond back and then run his hearts. So we'll see how the diamonds are divided, hopefully, by seeing if West shows out. Neither of them have showed out of diamonds, so either of them could be guarding the outstanding diamond. Because of the weirdness going on in terms of the point count situation, we don't know if East actually is holding the king of clubs. So the club finesse is not a guarantee, even though the club to the 10 worked. The spade position is also mostly unknown, though again, West should hold the king of spades. And on this heart, Alad has a choice. If he sees a diamond go from West, he'll throw off the queen of clubs and the eight of diamonds good. If he doesn't see a diamond, he'll throw off the eight of diamonds and hopefully put East under pressure. So he'll throw off the diamond, assuming that West started with 4. And then so yeah, East did have that last diamond. The king of spades hasn't shown up, so Alad can't play the 5 of spades. How many different types of squeezes are there? There are very many different types of squeezes, though, yeah, you have to go ace there, unfortunately. And then I don't know where the king of clubs is, but I think East has it, yeah. So there's no squeeze there. But he was playing for sort of a double squeeze or maybe some simple squeeze positions. Yeah, too bad, says Alad, no squeeze. The most common squeeze is called a simple squeeze. And simple squeeze is, oh gosh, another weak note trump. 10 to 12 for seed non-vulnerable. Yeah, Alad was also counting points there, right? He knew that something was fishy in the club suit. So again, that's why he played to the 10 and not the queen. And when East delayed on that club, he knew not to be guaranteed of taking a club finesse later. So I'm playing 1-0 trump. A simple squeeze is when you've got one threat in one hand, or sorry, you've got 2 threat suits, and your opponent is guarding both of those suits and can't afford to, and has to pitch their guard from one of those, and you end up winning as a result. It gets much more complicated when you bring more suits into the picture, when you complicate the entry position, when you add a trump suit. And there's a lot of books on squeezes. The most famous of which is the Clyde Love, I think, Bridge Squeezes book. I'm not sure exactly the name of it. All right, so the high spade won the trick, and then we're getting a diamond shift here. That's my suit. I like seeing that. Standard card in Laventhal. We saw the 10 of spades. Not sure why the 10 of spades showed up there. But I'll play a diamond right back after this. I expect this to be covered. West's delay is indicating a diamond honor somewhere. So no reason not to play another round of diamonds here. So there's the king. And here's a club. So king, jack, or low could all be right depending on the location of the ace and the queen and the 10. So um, if I put in the king and it loses to the ace, then still I'm probably fine. I think the low club is the most fun here. So this tells me where the queen and 10 are, so I have a guaranteed club finesse. Did I know there's a book written about a single magic card? So I didn't know that, but I would understand why that might be the case. If I had to guess which card it would probably be the Black Lotus, but I'm not sure. So with the positions in the spades, diamonds, and clubs pretty much resolved at this point, it just comes down to how I play the hearts. Now here, East, known to hold the Queen of Clubs, did not play the Queen of Clubs or the 10 of Clubs, I think. So, or maybe I saw the 10 of Clubs earlier. So East holding extra clubs is less likely to be holding hearts. So what I will do is maybe play heart to my 9. No, I think East has one more heart. So I'm going to start with a king, and then hopefully it'll drop the queen or jack. No? Okay. Too bad. That's the jack and the queen's there, and then we got a long club there. I should have played that low heart. Oh well, 120 should be okay. Indeed. That's the power of the weak no trump. Even though it's anti-field, it got us all the match points on that board. Gush. You may return 2 islands you control to their owner's hand instead of paying Gush's mana cost. Draw 2 cards. Don't trust your secrets to the sea. Hmm. You can draw a lot of cards with Gush. It's an instant. And if you're able to bounce particularly powerful, I guess it's specifically islands and not just any kind of generic land. Yeah, that's the power of the weak no trump. We were the only ones to be in it by north-south. Actually, there is a south in 1 Trump, but north being in 1 Trump was very good. In Magic, anything with like a cost that is not mana and is an instant seems like a very effective combo piece. Understanding Gush strategies and tactics. Fascinating. Ah, wow. On Tuesday, by this point, we had already made at least 5 errors. We had been doing a lot worse on Tuesday. That's for sure. Looking back, plus 200, it's a good board. Plus 170, it's a good board. And plus 120, it's a good board. Very happy with how we've been playing so far. 8 plus scores is nice. You do listen to a podcast by Stephen Menendian. Okay. I like the art. Okay, so here I'm not opening 1 no trump, but I do have a no trumpish hand. I have 20 high guard points. I'm in 4th seat. So the way we bid this is I open 1 club, and then if things just got interesting. Alan's opening the bidding, and I've got 20 points. So what I want to do is look for a slam. The question is, what's the slam, and how do we look for it? So I could bid 2 no trump here, which shows 4 spades and establishes some kind of like slam searching auction. Other options include bidding two hearts and then seeing what partner bids over it and then going slowly. I could blast to six no trump or six spades. The right thing to do is to start with two hearts, and then at my next opportunity, I'll probably bid three spades, and that establishes spades as trump, and it also sets up a game force and indicates that I'm looking for slam. So partner will start Q bidding afterwards. So three diamonds there. So this is a shape bid. Alad's got at least five spades from his opening bid and at least four diamonds from his three diamonds bid. So three spades here is stronger than jumping to four would be because we're already in a game force. It's the principle of fast and slow arrival. Three no trump by Alad is what we call a non-serious three no trump. He's indicating a hand that actually really doesn't like the idea of slam at all, and he's trying to discourage the possibility of me going to slam. So over three no trump, I could consider passing. If Alad doesn't have the ace of clubs or the ace of diamonds, then with him being in spades or no trump, we might not be making slam in anything off two tricks. He's limited to probably 12 points at this point. So I could try four spades, but I might gain tactical advantage by passing three no trump and letting Alad take over tricks. So the club lead ends up going to the king and queen. Just looking at Alad's hand, we have quite the fit going on here. But what about the prospects of slam? Slam is actually shaky because there's no way to avoid the ace of clubs loser. And I think most of the time there's a diamond loser as well. So we're not making six spades. We're not making six diamonds because either way you have to attack that diamond suit. Um, and as for the number of tricks in spades versus no trump, even though Alad's got a void, I think that no trump and spades are going to take the same number of tricks. Alad's going to try for a squeeze in the red suits, assuming that spades end up breaking no worse than 4-1. So Doubleton Queen of Hearts is a slam, yes. It's very unlikely with the opponents passing throughout and me holding four hearts opposite zero. So here Alad's going to finish running the spades in his hand, cross to the Queen of Clubs and play Ace King of Hearts, throwing diamonds from dummy, and then see what the opponents discard. So, and his line of play in three spades, or sorry, in three no trump, would have been identical, minus one heart ruff in his hand to his line in four spades. That would have gained him an edge if hearts ended up being 6-3 with somebody holding three hearts to the queen. And Alad will throw a heart from his dummy. The Jack of Diamonds is a big card from East. What it's telling me is that that Jack of Diamonds is probably a singleton diamond. And that scares me just because if the Jack of Diamonds is singleton, then if you're lucky enough to play diamonds starting with the ace or playing low to the ace, you're a strong favorite to actually pick up the diamond suit in a slam. So as it happens, West did end up getting squeezed in the red suits. So I actually didn't want to see the squeeze work because it meant that, so East actually did discard a diamond. I had missed that. But because there was a squeeze working there, and also because the hearts, like I said, were three opposite six, we're going to lose match points to people who end up bidding slam. So that's a little unfortunate, but it's not a favorite. The odds are that the person who has lengthened diamonds is slightly less likely to have lengthened hearts, and thus the queen of hearts is likely to be opposite the person with lengthened diamonds. So slam's definitely not a favorite there. So here, I'm going to finish my explanation here of 5+ hearts, 8+ points. Yes, Alad did point out the squeeze there. Alad's two clubs is continuing to ask about my shape. So thanks, Mountbank. I'm guessing you're also a card playing fan, maybe of Dominion. I know that's a powerful card in that game. Okay, two diamonds shows, two hearts shows clubs. No, two hearts shows diamonds, two clubs shows hearts. So two diamonds shows hearts. So no, two diamonds shows four clubs. Just looking at the other tables there. Yeah, if you bid slam, you can see that they made it. A lot of people tactically decided to play in no trump rather than hearts. Laboratory is a decidedly mid-tier card, Casper. Okay, so I've shown my shape, sort of. Now it's time for me to show my strength. So I have 8 to 11 points, and I'm going to tell him that. Opposite that, Alad can continue to ask about the details about my shape, and that would be 2 no trump. Otherwise, he would probably just place the contract, figuring us to be short of the slam in whatever game he felt was best. Um, uh, no. King's Court Masquerade, indeed. 2 no trump. So here, I don't have 5 clubs and 5 hearts, so I don't have 10 cards, so I can't bid 3 clubs. I can go 3 diamonds showing the shape. 2, 5, 2, 4. So now Alad knows my exact shape and my approximate strength. He can continue to ask about my high card placement, or he can place the final contract. 3 no trump is very likely here, as is 4 hearts. Fortunately, we've managed to right side the heart suit. How much time do we have left in the round? So this is board 2 in the round. We've got plenty of time, 10 minutes left in the round. I think we'll be okay. 4 spades is to play. Unfortunately, we've wrong sided the suit. Now I am playing it. Against very expert opponents, playing a relay system like this and having the hand that gets shaped out be declare is very dangerous, because then the opponents, knowing all the count, can do whatever they want. However, with us, we're not playing against super high strung expert players. We can afford to give lots of information, and we're not usually punished for it. Here, I am worried about a heart singleton. So I'm going to play spades as fast as I can off dummy, hoping that there's no ruff that happens. I'm also a little bit worried about the possibility of me getting stuck in dummy and not being able to get to my heart suit. Another heart from East will cause that entry problem. So we've seen the 9 from West. We're off the ace of spades. Alad started with 7. I had 2. We're off the ace of spades and a low spade. So the question is, can I afford to play a low heart here and discard my diamond? So what I'm going to do is play the 9 of hearts, pretending like I am going to rough it, but then actually discard my diamond, because the player doesn't know about my king, queen, 10 of hearts. So that's a sneaky little play by me. I think East probably started with one other high spade along with a low spade. So East could have roughed in. So now that that's succeeded, I am going to play my queen of hearts. And if I can get away with discarding my king, queen of clubs, I will. So you can see East did start with a 3 of spades as well. And now East also, there's only one outstanding spade. That's the highest spade. And so I'll lose it eventually. Oh, looks like West had it. Yeah. but I have the rest of the tricks after this. So that's a claim. Very nice. That is not a minus score, Casper. Yeah, the the nine of hearts was the key to the hand. It was a very subtle play. I like to think it was a good play, but I think it's not that hard to find. So the last hand of this round is going to be a hand where I am passing and West is passing, and we are vulnerable. So East's opening the bidding in third seat. A lot of people will open in third seat with a bit of a light hand. Alid tends to be a little more aggressive when I'm passed or when he's already passed. So Alid passing for the first time will indicate one of two hands, either a terrible hand or a hand that he will re-enter the auction with later, but is too awkward to bid directly over one spade. And that means that the opponents are probably going to bid this uncontested. If he trumps that, I believe it does, yes. So the opponents have cruised to their four spades. And then, yes, as you can see by the double dummy, the key play was the low heart, which was less likely to get roughed than the highest heart would have been. So partners led my suit blindly. What could this be from? Alid doesn't like to lead low doubletons. I doubt he's leading from a king third, but this could be a singleton, could be something else. I'm not really sure at this point. It's not the lowest outstanding club. East will probably play the lowest from hand. So East rebid three spades over two hearts, showing a very strong hand. So I need to play East for a strong hand. West actually passed first seat holding this hand. I think that this is a clear opening bid, whether you play precision or standard. So the question is, do I want to encourage with this? And I think I do, because I am a little concerned that the opponents have a ton of heart tricks to run. If partner has the king of clubs, uh, then he needs to play it. If he doesn't have any more clubs, then hopefully he'll know to play a diamond under leading his ace or something like that. That is a scary heart suit. And because I think East probably has six spades, I don't think there's a way to kill the heart suit. The good news is that Alid actually has the ace of diamonds. So Alid's leading the ace of diamonds. He's going to play a low diamond to me because I've encouraged with my two. And here, I have a couple choices. I could play a diamond, forcing dummy to ruff, hopefully trying to kill the hearts. But with Alid showing up with the ace of diamonds at this point, I don't think there's a way that East doesn't have the ace of hearts. And I think my best chance now is to have partner ruff this club. Because I think East showed up with a low club spot. So as expected, Alid did have the singleton club. Now I don't have anything left. So hopefully Alid has another trick on defense, but I certainly don't. But getting this down one should be a very good score. A lot of people, oh, okay, never mind then. It looks like Alid did have the ace of hearts. East has been very aggressively. So I know East had the ace, king, jack of spades, and six of them. East also had the king of clubs and maybe the queen of diamonds. I'm not sure. Either way, East, I think, pretty clearly overbid with three spades. East should have just gone two spades. And though West is still worth a raise to three spades, and there's a good chance East goes four spades anyway, bidding three spades directly seems excessive. Looks like East did start with a singleton heart. So I know East has two more clubs in hand, possibly also the queen of diamonds. What did East discard here? It was a club, so East has one more club in hand. One more club, probably five more spades. That should be it. I don't think we should be getting any more tricks than this. So East started with 5 spades. That means that East has one more to trump here. Now the hearts are good. Is Alad going to win his Queen of Diamonds? Or I think East must have it. Yeah. Okay. So another plus score, 4 spades down 2. You can see uh, East has a good opening bid, but it's certainly not worth jumping to 3 spades, I think. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if they have company here. Yeah, you can see the people who are in 4 end up going down 2. But a lot of people do stop short of game. And though, to be honest, I think if Alda and I held those cards, we would also be in 4 spades, probably down. Um, is there a way to make it if you go ace of spades, king of spades, and then play a heart out? No, because you have to lose 2 diamonds. If you start with the ace, king of spades, you have to lose the queen of spades, and there's no way to avoid a heart loser. So I think you can get out for down 1 fairly easily, but a down 2 is, I think, normal with the queen of spades over there, a normal club lead, and decent defense. Looking at the double dummy result here, um, if Alad plays a spade back there, we actually could have earned another under trick. Instead, he decided to cash out with his ace of hearts. I wonder if I could have clued him into the fact that he could have played another spade, but I guess not. I guess he chose to not play passively at that point. Actually, um, I'm just looking here. It seems like his killing play was not the diamonds. He could have actually played trump to kill dummy. Uh, that would have worked even better than finding the rough there. But still, 3 pretty good boards. We're up to 72%. We're having a good day, good game so far. Um, it's probably because I haven't had a beer yet. Halfway through, after this round, I'm going to grab a beer, and we'll compete against not just the opponents, but also the beer I'm drinking. So we're playing against Rajan and Eric, and they're learning precision. So assuming they're playing precision here, I'm looking forward to defending against it. Yeah, so they are playing precision, which is great. 14 to 16, I love it. Double here, we play as showing minor or minors. So if it comes to me, I'm going to bid 2 clubs, pass or correct. Two hearts is a transfer, okay. I have no reason to compete over 2 hearts. I like hearts, but I have no reason to double it because I'd rather get a club lead if Alad's got a half decent club suit than heart lead. And in no trump. Ah. Yes. Yeah, that hand. That was the hand where we think we were playing against in the first round against Ray, and he led the spade. Alad led the spade, so there's 9 top tricks, and then the heart finesse is tempting for an over, but it's off, and if you take the heart finesse, you end up going down. At our table, heart finesse was not taken. It took 9 tricks, and I remember looking at the other tables that they ended up taking that finesse. So Alad has doubled, and he jumped in at the 3 level. Am I worth a double here? I don't think so. I don't have any guaranteed defensive tricks. Um, so might as well pass, see what happens. King of diamonds here. We play that as asking for count for unblock or suit preference. I don't have anything to unblock, so I'm going to give suit preference. The 6 is the most encouraging card I could play. I don't want to encourage diamonds really. So what I'll play is the 8 of hearts, saying yay hearts, sort of. Let's just review the bidding again. So East very eager to compete in spades, probably has at least 3. If East has at least 3 spades, then if Alad does not have one of the Queen or Jack, then they can take 5 spade tricks without me getting any. Alad chose to lead the king from King Queen there, so it looks like Queen 9 to small. There's also the Jack small over there. I'm going to go 6-5 here, just to show preference for the higher ranking suit. And as promised, Alad has the Queen of Diamonds. He's encouraging diamonds, which also implicitly discourages everything else. If he had something else to say, he probably would have said it. His second diamond, I think, was the 4 there, which is a low one, so standard present count meant that he's starting with, well, he had his lead, then he had his encouraging diamond. So 3 left from low. So it makes sense that he started with 5 diamonds. So if I started with 2, dummy with 3, dummy with 2, declare with 3. So I think declare probably has 1 more diamond in hand. And then the 6 of clubs is looks like a high spot. So Alad probably has 3 clubs, 1 spade, 5 diamonds, and 4 hearts. Here, I have no reason to put up the queen, so I'll just play second hand low. Okay. So if I was counting points, I'd know how many points Rajan had. So I could probably figure it out. I think the ace of diamonds was 1 in hand. He also had the queen jack of spades, that's 7. What looks to be the king jack of clubs is 11. I'll give him the ace of hearts for 15. So we did have the queen of hearts. It was too late in the hand for a heart shift to be effective, but a heart shift could have done the trick. Me holding only a doubleton queen of clubs meant that entries couldn't hurt declarer. And we finally got a minus score. The good news is that they missed a game. The bad news is that it's 15 opposite 7, so it's not that easy of a game to bid. Also, a heart lead would have done a lot more damage than the diamond did. Looking at other tables there, a lot of 200s there, just depending on the lead. And you can see that the diamond lead or the club lead or the spade lead mean 2 over tricks, and the heart lead means 1. The diamond lead gave him tempo to set up the clubs and throw off the heart losers. I wonder if it would have been right to double 2 hearts for a lead direct. Yeah, so precision club by East now. So we have to defend against that. We have an agreement called Trusket that we play against precision, where normally the bid we make over 1 club, if it's a low ranking bid, shows that suit in a higher ranking suit. Here with 1 heart not being, 1 heart would show the major, so I'm going to bid 2 hearts to show just hearts. I don't mind jumping against precision. They haven't bid a suit naturally up to this point. So, well, their suit is most likely spades, and I doubt they'll have trouble finding a spade fit. It's still good to interfere, take up as much room as possible. I don't think I'm going to end up playing two hearts. Natural hearts. I don't think I'm going to end up playing two hearts undoubled for sure. Um, if they don't have the agreement that pass is forcing here, they definitely should. So Eric's coming in with two spades here. I think that probably just shows five spades. And Rajan's going to bid or not. This puts Rajan at likely a very minimum hand. I think we're going to see somebody compete to the three level there, and that's why Alan's bidding three hearts. Yeah, if you're seven opposite 16, you're not going to let your opponents play three hearts when you've got an 8 card spade fit. But having pushed them to the three level, our work here is done. And now we have a hand to defend. So Alan did not initially raise hearts, but he did eventually. So he should have at least three hearts. It might be better to lead spades. The problem is that I don't know what East has besides probably three spades. East might have also had a penalty pass of hearts. Nothing wrong with leading a heart here. So what? That's 12 points. That's not 16 points. Oh. Okay. I'm a little confused just because East opened so you're not allowed to psych an artificial bid. I don't think that's what happened here. I don't know what's happened here. Um, Rajan opened one club precision. Eric bid his 0 to 7. I went two hearts. Rajan, of course, realizing what a terrible mistake he made, passed. And then Eric bid two spades. And now over two spades, I'd be tempted with Rajan's hand to just go four spades because I have five spades. And I've got an ace king and an ace and a singleton heart. So yeah, so Rajan clearly misclicked. That was my interpretation as well. Um, but I would have tried to recover by just bidding four spades opposite my partner's spade balance, or even three spades. Because even though the hand's only 12 points, it's worth the value of like a 16 count opposite Eric's two spade bid. But I guess Eric only had four spades, so it's not that strong. We'll see if the disasters cancel out. So if I were smart and I counted points, I would know how many Eric has just by his lack of bidding. Alad would have raised hearts by more if he had more hearts, so he's going to afford to play another heart here, I think. He probably started with three, maybe four hearts, so he can keep playing hearts if he wants. It's pretty passive, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Here's the king of diamonds. Should get roughed. Mm-hmm. And I definitely want Eric to be playing clubs from hand rather than from dummy. Or rather than Alad playing clubs, I should say. Because of this. So we've taken four tricks. Unfortunately, that might be the limit here. I am concerned. All right, we are getting the 10 of clubs. So had they bid four spades, they would have been down two. Three spades is down one, and probably a good save against hearts. Allen had a decent hand. He had 13. I have 8. I think this is probably close to the par contract. Looking at other tables there, the plus score is good for us. Everybody's in spades, usually part scores. Four hearts would have been down a ton. I've got a nice hand here. It's a hand that I think I'm going to open one spade and then just keep betting spades on. Looking at the double dummy in three spades, down one is what it's supposed to be, so that there you go. Four hearts, I think four hearts isn't terrible actually, but the king of clubs is in the wrong hand, so it is also down. One spade, two spades. Here, what kind of game try do I want to make? Because I think my hand's worth a game try. Um, I'm going to make a short suit game try in clubs. So I'm going to bid three clubs. If partner's got a hand with four little clubs, he's going to be encouraged by this. So I think it's the best way to describe this hand because, I mean, there's other ways I could invite game, but I think that saying, partner, if you've got a bunch of bad low clubs, we should be in four spades. That's the best way to ask. Normally, I'd prefer to bid that with like a singleton low club instead of the ace, but sometimes you have to make do. So here, as you can see, the short suit game try was the perfect ask. A ten of hearts is definitely not from the king. Eric. But I don't think there's a singleton there because, well, it could be a singleton. It's just really unlikely to be from king 10-9. Do I want to risk like a 6-1 and a ruff? I don't think that's happening. I think I'll play low and just, it's more likely that it's from something else. So that's the queen, just in case it is 6-1. Is that so? One other pair managed to hold it to two, actually. Yeah, and the way to do that is just to defend passively. Let's see if he'll be punished. Not punished. Okay, so that looks like short hearts, like the old long spades, so I'm going to play it that way. Yeah. So here, I'll just take the spade finesse and then give up a diamond. So in this hand, I'm very glad that I went through the three clubs ask. My partner has a maximum, and he's accepting any kind of invite that I throw in front of him. At this table, nobody else? Jesus Christ. What? Really? How is nobody else making five there? It's 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 at worst. It's at worst 50%. All right, now I need a beer. Exactly. Jordan asks, why not Ace of Diamonds lead? Um, well, the Ace of Diamonds lead might not be terrible. Um, it's that lead is definitely a guess. I would not have led the Ace of Diamonds just because there's a good chance it gives away a trick if I have the King of Diamonds and your partner has the Queen. The Heart lead, though, is also a bit of a guess. So there's not really a lot of winning there. So here I'm in second seat. I just have a nice one spade overcall. Um, Honor leads are really good when you have touching honors. So king, queen, or ace, king, or queen, jack. They become a lot less good when you don't have touching honors. And in most cases, you would want to avoid any of those honor leads from non-touching honors, unless A, it's a singleton and you're trying to get a ruff. B, your partner led the suit. One diamond, one spade, pass, one no trump, two diamonds. Do I want to try two hearts here? Do I? Huh. I will try two hearts. Um, there's just the problem is that you have two opponents and one partner. So your opponents are much more likely to be holding a key card in that suit that'll damage you. If you have touching honors, um, you can sort of back yourself up with that touching honor. Hi, Maggie and Joan. So how are we doing so far? 71% after 15 boards. That's pretty good. Alad's got this hand. I should have defended two diamonds, but that's not my problem. And no, pass is definitely correct. He uses two more hearts than spades. Obviously, pass. Now, how do I play this? The problem with just counting losers woodenly here is that with short trumps, you have to worry about the trump suit too and losing control of it. What I might try to do is sort of play for a bit of a cross ruff. The problem with that is that West bid diamonds twice. I think that West is likely to be holding six diamonds. East might have a diamond void. So how do I avoid the Noid in the diamond void? Here, I'm going to play my king of spades here because it's the card that I'm known to hold. And the first thing I want to do is actually knock out the ace of clubs. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want the liberty to take my winners early on without worrying about them getting trumped. I think there's a good chance West started with a singleton spade here, actually. Possibly a doubleton. That seven of hearts looks strongly like a singleton. I have no reason not to play low here, but I think East probably has ace queen. And I'm wrong, maybe? Something like that. It's unclear. So at this point, I'm not really sure what's happening. If I look back at the bidding, West bid diamonds twice. Uh, East ducked to the jack of hearts, but that could be an ominous holding with like a bunch of hearts trying to nail me on the second round of the suit. I think that's probably actually what is going on. So what I'm going to do is uh, just sort of ignore pulling trump and switch to something else. Low spade, jack of spades, rough. That's the ace of hearts. Okay, so the good news is that we know exactly what's going in the heart suit. East now has three hearts to queen. How am I going to take care of this? The problem with this jack of clubs play is that I know that East is out of clubs here. I can't afford to ruff because it gets over trumped. I think I might try a loser on loser play here. So these spades are actually losers. I'm going to throw them off, and I expect to see something like a diamond from East or a spade. I do think East is probably out of diamonds at this point. So East started with three clubs. East started with six spades, four diamonds, so four hearts, and if my math is correct, zero diamonds. So East will have to trump this. Yeah, it wasn't a singleton seven of hearts, but it was from ace seven doubleton, which was the other likely possibility there. So East started with, sorry, five hearts to the, so the discard there is not bad for me. What I can do is, because with six spades, uh, four, three, one, five hearts, uh, was it two clubs? No, it was three clubs and zero diamonds. Or was it five spades? I started with five spades. Dummy had one. One. Hmm. Maybe I'm just bad at math. Could be it. Do I duck a diamond here? Do I play heart to the king? Ruff a spade? I don't know. It's tricky. So if I play a diamond at the 10, we're going to get a diamond back. Yeah. Okay. Don't think I can avoid that loser. E should have just hearts by this point, I think. Okay, one spade. So I'm down one, unfortunately, but I don't think I can make that. Oh gosh. Yeah, so I screwed up. So we have a convention that could have solved that problem. Had I made a double there over two diamonds, Alad would have interpreted that as a hand that wants to compete and holds exactly two diamonds. And Alad slams the pass card down on the table as fast as he can in that case, and we defend two diamonds doubled. So how does two diamonds doubled do? Well, they take the ace of hearts, they take the ace of clubs, they take probably like three diamond tricks, and we get it down three for a good board. This was a bad board. You can see exactly what happened to other tables to see why I bid that correctly and or incorrectly. So East is bidding hearts, partner's bidding spades. With only two spades, I'm not going to confuse my partner by raising them. So yeah, that's a mistake. We were punished. It happens. And the contract is four hearts. Alad likely has a spade sequence and would have led it, but is not leading it. What we're seeing is the queen of clubs. The jack is in dummy. The king is in my hand. What does this queen mean? Both of the opponents have only bid hearts. So this queen could be top of a doubleton. I think that's the most likely holding. But that would tell me that East is also holding five hearts and five clubs. If East has five hearts and five clubs and one spade, then it's two diamonds. So I'm going to play, this is suit preference, saying I like diamonds. The queen could be singleton as well. If that's the case, then there's six clubs over here, along with probably five hearts, or maybe four hearts, the ace, king, queen. Alad notably did not lead a high spade, which tells me he does not have ace, king. This two of hearts there normally is suit preference. We'll see what his second heart spot is, or if it's the queen. Or maybe he's just holding on to the 9 for one round. He should know I don't have a high spade. That 6 looks to be from... If Alad just has the ace of spades, it's consistent with what's happened so far. East holding king small of spades. So Alan's holding on to the Jack 10 of spades. He will play one of them. So because East has so many clubs, I need to consider whether I want to throw off diamonds or clubs here. I'm going to try the diamond. And we'll see how many clubs partner started with. So he did have five. So partner had two clubs, sorry. Declare had five clubs, what looks to be five hearts, two spades, and I think I should get the ace of diamonds at the end. If there's a diamond that comes off of the dummy, I'm going to win my ace right away. And then continue with, what's it going to be, diamonds or clubs? So I could play my king of clubs here. We've seen a bunch of intermediate clubs fly by. The problem is that I think if I go king of clubs, it gets roughed. Here's the dummy. If I play a diamond, he discards a club. The queen is a winner. And then Alad plays a spade back, rough, rough, queen. So if I play a low club, that wins. Okay. So he's roughing the diamond. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. The diamond there gives him a chance to go wrong, the low diamond, whereas any of my other plays, like the king of clubs or a low club, would have made it easier for East to guess the position. Now, Alad's holding on to diamonds and spades. I'm holding on to clubs, and I think Declare has to lose two more tricks. Partner has the 10 of spades and should have the king of diamonds for down one if Declare discards a club. But I think I'm going to win the last two tricks. So it might have been better for me to play low from hand on the diamond, because Alad did tell me he had the king of diamonds through his suit preference cards. My worry there was that it would force my ace of diamonds out, but I didn't know he also had the jack. So if I zoom ahead to that decision point, it's probably going to say double dummy. If I win my ace here, it makes, and if I play low, it goes down. So just zooming on ahead to this point, Alad played the jack of spades. It got roughed. The two spades. Here I've got a 16 count. I'm going to overcall my natural heart suit. It's the top of the range for a natural overcall. Otherwise, I double and bid. So here, if I look at the double dummy, everything's down, except actually the spade is making. It looks like on a spade, what you do is, okay, for some reason the spade makes there. I have to study this one. So if a spade gets played, I have to discard either clubs or diamonds. If I discard a club, then okay. It's some kind of end play. Either way, I fell into it by playing the ace of diamonds, but escaped it when Declare didn't figure out the diamond position. So this, to me, seems like a forcing pass position. West is bidding a weak two spades. East is passed originally. I'm bidding a strong three-heart overcall. And in terms of whether I want to play or defend, my hand has a preference to defend because I have not a lot of roughing value. So I'm a little worried about five hearts here. So 4 spades doubled. Partner raised me. I need to know partner's heart count when I lead a high heart. I have no other clear lead but the high heart. But of course, the singleton and dummy ruins my plans to play on hearts. The good news is that with the ace of spades likely in West's hand, I have a spade trick coming, along with my club trick. 10 of hearts is suit preference. Normally on ace leads, it's attitude, but here it's a suit preference situation. So I'm shifting to my 9 of diamonds. And I think if partner does have the king of diamonds, which he really should for his raise, and he'll play back a diamond, which won't do any good, but it won't do any harm, uh, because I'm able to rough any third round of diamonds. Oh, so it's a club back. Well, that's curious. Why a club? Why would he play a club? He's got a doubleton club, it looks like. I think that what I will do is um, play him for a doubleton club, and then if Declare ends up taking a spade finesse, I'll give him a rough, assuming West started with 5 spades. However, yeah, so I still haven't seen the 3 of clubs, but I think that actually Alad's probably holding it. So the 10 of spades out of hand, it was worrying me, just because it's not a finesse. Why no finesse? Why? How many points do you have, West? So West with the 3rd seed overcall shows up with the king of clubs, and that's it. Probably has at least queen jack 10 of spades. If he has queen jack 10 6 of spades, what would he do? With like 4 hearts, 5 spades, 2 clubs, 2. Why not cross to dummy with the diamond and then take a spade finesse? So do I play partner for his singleton ace of spades and then the king of diamonds? I think I do. I think partner needs to have the ace of spades for his bid. So I am playing low there. At this point, I'm going to win my king of spades, and I think that's it for the defense. I don't see any other tricks we're getting. I don't think the diamonds were key to the hand. Yeah. So I did figure that suit out correctly. I think they have the rest of the tricks now. So that should resolve to double down 2, which is okay. It means that the double was definitely worth it because it beats anybody in part score making in our direction. The question is, can we make 4 hearts? And Alan's actually got a great hand with 5 hearts and the singleton ace of spades. The problem is that we've got a bunch of club losers. So we are actually making it. We lose the ace of diamonds. We lose a club. We make 5, as it turns out. So unfortunately, we didn't bid 5. But bidding 5 requires the ace of diamonds to be onside. So it's not exactly a favorite. And we're guaranteed a plus score in 4 spades double down 2. So 300 there is a pretty good score. It's not a top, but it's not a bottom either. And we're happy with it. The other hands were good. So 4 hearts, getting that down was very good. Looks like not a lot of people ended up beating 4 hearts there. And I think really it should make, but it doesn't. Yeah, I guess they were aggressive to bid there. Nebulous diamond, 2 clubs natural, overcall. Here, I can bid a non-forcing 2 hearts or 2 spades. But what I'll do is double. And the double, I would like to have 2 4-card majors for as a negative double, but I don't. So Alad's double is supposed to be a 2-card double in spades. Or saying I want to compete, but I have exactly 2 spades. I also have exactly two spades. So with four clubs and two spades and only three diamonds, I don't have a very clear action over the double because I'll have to pull it, but I don't know what I want to pull it to. So four spades is the spot. As expected, they've got a 9-card spade fit. West has five clubs, probably opposite something like a singleton. I am a little worried that this four spades is going to make. I'm going to save to five diamonds. I think I'm going to hit partner with a diamond suit. Partner will know if I have four hearts, or he'll know to pull to hearts if he's got four hearts. He probably is assuming I have more than three diamonds, but I find it very likely that Alad is holding a hand with five diamonds. So here he's pulling to five hearts, and I'm passing. This is a sacrifice against four spades. I don't know if Alad knows that, but I was pretty sure that four spades was making based on the auction. Hope I'm right. At least we're not doubled. That is some consolation. Having the opponents bid confidently to a vulnerable game, and knowing that they have a 9-card fit worries me. So quickly looking here, we're not making four hearts. We're not making five hearts for sure. The prospects of the opponents in four spades depend on the breaks in the red suits. If, and the aggressiveness of the auction implies it, there are a couple singletons opposite each other in the red suits, then they are making a bunch of spades. Otherwise, maybe not. I guess the problem for them in four spades is they don't have a second suit. Uh, the club position is sufficiently strong in mine and Alad's hand that I don't think they have a running club suit. I was concerned that West had a suit like King, Queen, 10, small, or King, Queen, Jacks, 10, something like that, where a bunch of losers could be easily discarded. But it doesn't look to be the case. So here, Alad's going to lose the high heart, and then hopefully there will be roughs, just because the more roughs there are, the more the opponents are likely to be making four spades. Now, West is guaranteed to be holding the king of clubs, so I do wonder what's going on with that. Yeah, West shouldn't have shifted to a low club there. It seems wrong. But if West had a singleton diamond, it could make sense. Unfortunately, hearts are 2-2. So I think we might be down exactly one here. And with a diamond pitch, the situation in the diamond suit is resolved. Alad can run the diamonds and claim the rest of the tricks. The good news is that West did have a singleton diamond. So in four spades, they certainly have a diamond loser, a heart loser, and a club loser. The question is, can they actually make four spades? And that's an open question, right? A lot of people making three spades, but four spades didn't make it any tables, though I think maybe they could have. The double dummy result says that three spades is the limit to the hand, though. So looks like we took a phantom sacrifice, but weren't especially punished for it. Had this minus 50 been a plus 50, it's exactly the same match point score with the results that have come in. Even if we were doubled, it's the same thing because we're non-vulnerable. That's a good point by Alec. If it is in fact making five hearts is better. He hadn't promised four hearts, so I wanted to give him the choice of playing at diamonds if he didn't have that fourth heart. This is a semi-forcing one-no trump, So I could pass it with a balanced minimum, so 11 or 12, a balanced hand. Here, I'm a minimum, but I'm not balanced. I have 6 hearts, so I'm going to rebid 2 hearts. 2 spades is here. The question is, do I actually want to go 3 hearts? Um, I will go 3 hearts, I think. And the reason I'm going 3 hearts is because, first of all, I don't think Tuna Trump by me would have been a Lebensol type just a competitive hand. It would have shown some minor. Oh no, I opened hearts. Oh gosh, yeah, this might be an overbid. Alad might be counting me on having more than I do, but I definitely have to compete in hearts with this nice heart suit. And a pass or a double would be deceptive, and I don't want to do that. Hopefully, Alad won't go 4. Actually, I don't want him to go 4 hearts. Though spades bid and raised meant that Alad has, and most 2 spades, he's doubling. That's fun. I wonder why he's doubling. That's telling me he probably has shortness in hearts. If I go ace of hearts, king of hearts, heart, I bet I'm going to get a ruff. So what I want to do is start with my ace of hearts and go king of hearts and then get my partner a ruff. I'm going to play my 3 of hearts to partner to say partner low suit preference. West's late spade bid is curious. Wonder if it's 5. What heart spots are missing? We haven't seen the 2. We haven't seen the 7. If Alad had 6-7, would he play the 6 or the 7? Probably the 6. If he had 7-6-2, he wouldn't play the 6. He'd play the 7. So I can afford to play my king of hearts. If that 6 of hearts is singleton, like I'm hoping it is, we're going to get a ruff. So it's not, and we're not. Now I need to come up with plan B. And that's going to be shifting to my club singleton. So I could have also played another heart, forcing or forcing Declare to play that Queen of Hearts before it could be used for a discard later. But I know that that Queen of Hearts, that we're going to get it at least once more before we're all out of spades. So I'm playing the Jack of Clubs here to hopefully get a ruff in the suit. Alad's thinking. He can only be thinking with the Ace of Clubs, and that's his dilemma here, right? Because if he has the Ace of Clubs and I have a Doubleton club, then he would not want to win this club. He would hold up a round and let me win it. Oh, so this is the king from Ace King. Um, so this is a very fortuitous circumstance. I think that uh, Alad will probably try to cash his Ace of Clubs here. If he plays a low club, it means he started with the 5 clubs, and he's really worried about the club break. I think if he plays a low club to me, which is what's happening, so that's the 9 of clubs, and that's suit preference. So I'm going to ruff this club, and I'm going to play a heart back at this point. And the reason I'm playing the heart back is because I am concerned about that heart being used to discard diamond losers. West is starting with 2 hearts, what looks like 2 clubs, maybe 5 spades, 4 diamonds, maybe 3 diamonds. Not sure. So I'm going to go, this might be an uppercut as well. If he has the king of spades, he might ruff with that. So that's the 9 of spades. He's roughing with his highest trump spot in order to possibly force a problem for Declarer. Declarer, I think, has 5 to the king jack and probably would have started with the ace of spades. So diamonds are clearly 4, 3, 3, 3 around the table. Declarer has the ace. I don't know where the queen is. Probably it's in Declarer's hand. I'm not sure why Declarer is not pulling trump, but I'm worried that this is making now because there's a good diamond in hand. The spades are going to fall. I think Alad might have, no, he ruffed earlier. I've ruffed. So that's diamond. I think Declare has to ruff and dummy here. And now I'm guaranteed a trick. I don't know what Alan's spade holding is exactly, but if he has at least one more spade, forcing Declare to ruff here means that my queen of spades is going to grow up. I think Declare is just down to spades at this point. So here, I'm going to over trump and then play a heart out. And what this heart is going to do is maybe tempt Declare into roughing and dummy. No. Declare with just spades has to play one. My queen goes, and then Alad should have one more spade in hand, I think. Hopefully that's a high spade. Wait, hang on. 2, 2, 4, 5. Yeah, he has one more spade, but it's low. So down one, we got 200 on the board. That's very good. We have 6 minutes left in the round. That's good. 200 there is a couple imps over the people for who are getting 100 there. So I'm glad that we weren't playing 3 hearts, and we got to defend 3 spades. Next hand, 14 points, short diamonds. Oh boy, we got a precision bid here. This is 11 to 15, and it's 4-4-1-4 or 3-4-1-5 or 4-3-1-5 or 4-4-5. So looking there, you can see that Declare, when they duck the Jack of Clubs, almost tempted Alad into playing low himself. And if Alad plays low, then I don't have a way to get to Alad's hand. That being, and then Declarer will maybe be able to throw off that club later. So this is to play. I'm passing. I have basically a maximum for my 2 diamond bid because I have the best shape and I have some nice honors. So I'm going to compete to the 3 level, but I'm not allowed to bid over 3 diamonds here. Or I'm not allowed to bid over 2 hearts. If Alad's passing, I'm bidding 3 hearts. If he doubles, I have a choice. But even though he's hesitating here, my compete is clear. Alad's probably going to show up with 5 diamonds, but even if he has 5 diamonds, they've got an 8 card fit, and I have to bid my hand as best I can. Alad has 4 low diamonds, so I'm glad I competed. I don't know if they're making 3 diamonds, but I'd rather be competing. Unfortunately, we might have missed a game. I have a maximum hand, and he's got very nicely fitting cards with the ace queen of clubs, with a doubleton spade opposite my ace queen. So I guess I have to hope for some disaster in the heart suit. Maybe hearts are 5-0. We'll see. We've got 9 of hearts is singleton. Then the contract's in jeopardy. No, it's not. On a diamond back, Alad drifts and dummy crosses the ace of clubs and pulls trump from his hand. He's going to hold on to the 7 of diamonds? No, he's getting rid of it because I didn't have the courage to bid more with my hand. So how are we doing? 69.4 going into this round. It's not bad. Alad is not going to risk a spade finesse. And with the club discard, he knows the clubs are running. He has one more heart to play, actually. He definitely needs to play it. He might have miscounted if he doesn't play it. There we go. He should throw a spade and then run his clubs, win the ace of spades, give up a spade at the end for making 5. Making 5 here is going to be a bad board. I think a lot of north-souths are going to be in game. Alad played the 10 of spades there instead of a club because he wanted to tempt some Wests into playing the king of spades. But first of all, West does not hold the king of spades, and secondly, would be unlikely to do so holding it. So it looks like we had a good board there, but I don't think it ended up being a good board. So down one was an 80% board just because at a lot of other tables, our opponents were in spade part scores that made. This was a good board because we found the double and we got a plus score instead of going down in hearts. This last one, when it gets scored, is going to be bad. By bad, I mean average. The range of results seems a lot wider than I expected. Here, partner's overcalling a heart, and while he's an aggressive overcaller, there's no way that I'm going to stop short of 4 hearts on a 10 card fit, holding 2 aces and a king, even if that king's not particularly well positioned. So I'm going 4 hearts here, and we'll see if it ends up being good. Excuse me. Yeah, he was close to an invite. Unfortunately, we just missed out there. So a lot of people ended up doubling east-west in diamonds and getting better scores. Only one pair managed to bid and make 4 hearts. Other people basically defended 3 diamonds but missed the double. I find that a little bit lucky by us. I think we got lucky on that board to get out there with a 50%, and we should have earned worse. Now the contract's 4 spades. And as I expected, this king of diamond is not well positioned. It's going to lose to the ace queen of diamonds. We're up against Cherry and Elad. I don't know how many diamonds East has. If East has 7 diamonds, then East is in the same predicament that Alad was last time when he had to consider when ducking my jack of clubs. But it looks like diamonds are probably 6-2. And here Alad will comfortably rough high. Cherry under roughed, which actually doesn't cost him here. Alad can afford to pull trump in 2 rounds now. What he'll do is play ace and king of spades, rough a spade, and then hope that somebody's holding a singleton honor and clubs. It's a very unlikely make at this point, but there is a chance. So that's what he'll go for. And with spades now being this way, he can just play spade of the king of spades, spade of the ace, rough a spade, and he will rough the spade, and then tactically what he's trying to do is ensure that the opponents don't continue clubs when they get in. So he's crossing to dummy to lead up to his club in the hopes that whoever ends up winning that trick will shift to a different suit. So that's 9, jack, and Alad needs to decide what's the most deceptive here. So the queen is coming to the ace, and then hopefully Thierry will not play a club. And then Alad gets a rough and discard. But Thierry figured it out. He's playing a club, and he's down 1. Tough. So 4 hearts down 1 should be pretty normal here. Alad has a normal 1 heart overcall. I have a normal 4 heart raise. We played it quickly, so no results have come in yet, but I expect this to be a normal board. And with a bad 8 count, I'm passing in third seat. Our opponents actually can make 4 spades. Two clubs there playing our system shows both majors, but it could be something like 5-4. And if he has one better major than another, with 3-3 in the majors, I want to know which it is. So my bid here is two diamonds to ask, pick a major. What has rolled in so far? Well, people who went down 2 and people who make 4. Shockingly, nobody else so far is in 4 hearts down 1, even though it seems to me to be the normal spot. At this table, 3 spades made. I think you hold to 3 by, um, well, looking at that diamond suit, I don't really know if there's a way to beat it, to beat 4 double dummy. There actually is, as it turns out. You need to do something. Anyway, looks like the opponents have decided to freely bid 2 no trump after we found a heart fit, so we'll see how that goes for them. All right, they're up in 3 no trump. Why are they in 3 no trump after Alad has bid and I have 8 points? If Alad has as few as 8 points himself, they're wildly overbidding this. So the 4 of hearts is probably a 4th best heart, and given that he chose preference for hearts, he probably has 5. So he might even have 6. My correct play is the 10 if dummy plays low, obviously with the jack 9 small being a dummy. And declare opened 1 no trump, should have at least 2 hearts, probably one of the ace or king. Is a So this is probably going to, after a hold-up round, force the ace. So what I want to do is unblock my 10 as best as possible. When I get back in later, assuming I get back in later, I'm going to encourage clubs. I did think about doubling, to be honest, but I've seen my luck when I double, so I know better than that. Looks like 4 diamonds, the ace of hearts, are theirs for the taking. That's 5 tricks. And the only question is what's going on in spades. The 3 of spades is telling me that Alad probably has the ace of spades. So this is going to be down probably 3. The double might have been good, but I don't think anybody is getting doubled here. So just to clear up the position, I think what I will do is cash out my clubs and then play a heart to Alad. Alad led 4th best, so I know he's got 3 more heart tricks coming, and his encouraging spade indicates that he probably has the ace of spades as well. Down 3, undouble, just 300, so we're going to beat anybody who didn't double, and I don't think anybody can legitimately find a double because they don't legitimately have 3 no trump. I wonder if anybody else is going to be there. So far, no. So normally people play a 15 to 17 no trump, and you raise, you invite with 8 or 9 points. In terms of strength, West hand is 8 points, but it's a very bad 8 being a flat hand. No 5-card suit or anything like that. I have a precision opening here, so it's 16 plus. Artificial. Um, I would pass with the West hand, and I would pass over two hearts as well. Two no trump is bad. If you're making two no trump, you're probably beating two hearts. But you know what? It's an experience thing. Do we make four hearts? We do not make four hearts. Hopefully nobody else is in three there. So his one spade bid shows either a balanced hand or uh, oh, triple four one, and he has at least 8 points. Because he's not a passed hand, he's unlimited. So his follow up here will tell me if I need to look for slam. If he, so the two clubs bid actually does show a hand with 12 or more points. So I can't discount the possibility of slam. If he has 14 points, there are distributions where slam is good. So I need to keep asking about his shape. Off to the races indeed. Though again, with me having a bare 17, slam is very unlikely. But there are situations where, say, he's got a 5 card club suit and two aces. Then it's coming in. So two spades here shows four hearts, denies four spades. And that means that he doesn't have 5 clubs, he doesn't have 5 diamonds. If he doesn't have any of those shapes, then 3 no trump is the place to be. So he could be triple four one, but if it's a one, it's going to be in diamonds. There's no reason not to be in 3 no trump. So let's see what the lead is. It's a spade. So Alad probably did explain that he denied 4 spades. Looking at this, we seem to be in the right spot. We've got 4 tricks in the majors for sure, 3 tricks in diamonds. If diamonds are 3-2, that's 10. Let's try to get to 12. So if the 7 of spades is a fourth best spade, we don't know that for sure, but if it is a fourth best spade, then Elad had queen 10-9-7. He's not leading the 7 from queen 10-9-7. He's leading the 10. So it's not a fourth best spade. Likely top of nothing, or third from queen 10-7 or queen 9-7. If that's the case, what I want to do is rather play on heart instead of spades. So I think that what I'll do is win the ace of spades here, um, and then start on diamonds. So I'm going to start with a 2 of diamonds, just in case there's a singleton jack lurking around. That's the 9. That's ominous. If diamonds are 4-1, this might get exciting. Looks like not. So here, I'm going to throw off my clubs. I think Ilad's holding on to at least a 4-card heart suit. The question is, can I squeeze a heart out of him? I think Ilad probably has 2 more hearts and maybe 1 more spade. So I don't think he has the ace of clubs, or he certainly doesn't have the queen of clubs at this point. So I can afford to go club to the jack. And then here, I'm going to claim 2 more tricks. So 3 no trump making 6 is never usually a terrible board because a lot of people will miss those kind of slams. But the fact that it's there means that, oh well, with the clubs on side, what can you do, right? Unfortunately, I didn't play Elad for three hearts. I played him for four, and he led the seven from that holding. And we missed out on the slam that I think some people might have bid. Somebody took 13 tricks there, and you can get 13 if you take six diamonds, four hearts, and the ace king of spades. But I had just not played it for that holding, unfortunately. Had I been counting, actually, I probably could have figured it out because Thierry had thrown off on these last three diamonds. He'd thrown off one heart, two hearts, three hearts, and then after I guess no, I'd thrown off a heart by then. So it might have been better to play my king of hearts first and then play the last diamond, but still, I did miss out on the best possible result. Though wait, hang on a sec. Six diamonds, four hearts, and two spades is only 12. So I'm not sure how you take 13 tricks there. But yeah, definitely playing a lot of bridge means you pick up a lot of information about what kind of holdings people will lead from, what kind of tricks what kind of honors they will hold on to. And even if you're not 100% right, you're usually fairly accurate most of the time about what opponents will do. And looking at the double dummy, it's making six, right? So, and what 17 opposite 12? Nobody's going to bid seven anywhere. And people mispitched at a lot of tables, and it made what is it? It made 13 tricks, but at our table that did not happen. So what can you do, right? You just take the tricks that you can get. On the previous board, more results have come in, and the 300, unfortunately, not an absolute top. The double would have taken it that next level and earned us an extra match point. But I'm happy with plus 300 there, of course. And on the board before that, four hearts down one is minus 50. And I don't know how much better we can do. I think on a 10 card heart fit, stopping in two hearts is wildly conservative. And if you're east west, you have to push it above two hearts at least. So that's not going to be a great board, but we'll make up for it on 3 no trump down three. And then this last one probably will end up being about an average board just because of the people who do bad things and miss 3 no trump and the people who manage to take 13 tricks. So I think we'll drop a little bit from our 69.8%, and we'll end up probably around a 69 exactly, which I would describe as a nice game. Let's take a look here, see if we can join one of these tables. At this table, the hearts were misguessed, and 3 no trump seems to be 3 no trump is not in a good place here. What is going on? Oh no. This is not great. This is very sad. Good for our match points, but it's really sad to see 3 no trump go down there. Um, I think it's a little difficult to go down 3 no trump, but you know what? Things happen, right? You pull the wrong card out or whatever. So we finished that last board with 65 on it. And in fact, my prediction, and I think we're still waiting on a little bit to come in to trickle in on this last board. We finished with exactly a 69% game, as I predicted. And I'm very happy that, oh no, it dropped down just a little bit by 0.04. But still, pretty good showing. In terms of number of mistakes, certainly I did miss that 1-2 card double, and that was a mistake. And then arguably we missed the game on the hand with the two diamond opening bid. So, and maybe we missed one or two doubles. So I would call it 3 or 4 mistakes all night. We might have missed another under trick too, but honestly, a very strong game all around. We weren't punished for our mistakes too much, and we took advantage of our opponents quite a bit. I'm very happy with how we played, and it's good to get back on a winning side of things. So I'm going to end the stream now. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it live or watching the video. Hope you guys learned something, if not about bridge in general, at least about what I'm doing when I'm playing and how I'm thinking through the hands. And as you know, I stream every Tuesday and Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where I play against the Hart House Club and do our best to keep up with our winning ways. We win most of the time, so if you want to watch a winning game, tune into this stream. If you want to watch a frustrated losing stream, you might get lucky and we might have a bad game as well. That was Tuesday. Maybe it'll be next Tuesday too. Either way, yeah, we had 11 straight plus scores. So if you like seeing a lot of plus scores, tune in again. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I will see you guys next time. Good night.